Hello everyone, I'm Kelly Manzone. Thank you for joining me today. For today's class, we are sticking with the theme of healthy hips. We need access to 2 long sticks, either the 6 foot or 7 foot, and 1 short stick, either the 4 foot or 5 foot. Also, you may need a pad for kneeling, and we are going to be getting on the ground for 90-90, and if you have any restrictions with your hips, you could always sit on the pad, and I'll go into that in detail a little bit later. As part of our warm-up, we're going to start with our short stick, and I'm going to go a little bit on a diagonal here. You're going to take your palms facing down so you have an overhand grip. Stance is going to be a little bit wider than hip width. We're going to hip hinge forward, and when we hip hinge forward, I want you to crush the sticks, meaning you're going to push into the stick with both hands, hip hinge forward, take a deep breath, inhale, exhale. You're going to sweep the arms forward, and as you're coming up, pull apart, going into a gentle bridge, squeezing the glutes, and then as you come through center, the stick is going to come close to your body. Inhale, exhale. So a little bit of a dynamic warm-up. Going to feel really good through the hamstrings. And then, of course, we're going to be working into our hips today. So let's do 2 more. Hip hinge and reach. Pull apart at the top. Crush the stick coming down. Push into the stick and then pull apart. Excellent. Coming neutral. Warming up our upper body just a little bit more, we're going to do a few shoulder dislocates. While you're here, you're in your stick mobility horse stance. In your horse stance, you're a little wider than hip and shoulder width. Soften into the knees. Instead of having an anterior pelvic tilt, you're going to scoop the tailbone under. We're going to have a little bit of a posterior tilt. Pull apart on the stick. You're going to feel that activation between the shoulder blades. Keeping the chin neutral, all fingers are going to stay connected to the stick as you go back to where you can comfortably. And when you come forward, you're going to push into the stick. Again, pull apart, going back, not working into pain, and push into the stick. So from that side view, you'll see rib cage stays closed, chin stays nice and neutral, and as you come forward, again, pushing into the stick. Let's do 2 more. Excellent. Come forward, push. 1 more, pull apart, keeping those shoulders down and back as you come forward. Now we're going to circle. The camera flips me, so even though this is my right hand, I'm going to call it my left. We're going to take that left arm up, right lengthens, slide across to the left, right comes over the top of the head. Bend the left, elevate the right, sweep it across to the left, and then right comes over. Just a few more of these on this side, and then we're going to switch. Pulling apart. 1 more here. Now it's going to go over to your left hip, excuse me. And now we're just going to reverse it. To the right, left arm comes over. There's the right, left arm over. Staying in that stick mobility horse stance. Excellent. And again, focusing on your breath. Let's do 3 more here. Nice and relaxed as we warm up. Hope everybody's enjoying the last weeks of their summer. Last one. Now we're going to be back over to that right side. We're going to switch our grip. So you're going to take your palms, if you can, if you have the short stick, to each end. If you only are working with longer sticks, you could hold underhand grip. Parking it on that right hip, we're going to start with keeping the torso still and just kayaking downstream. So your chest stays upright, shoulders are going to stay stacked above your hip line. You're going to grip the ground with your feet, focusing on your breath. And I'm pushing into the sticks with maybe about, 20-30% tension. And then pause. We're going to reverse it, like backstroking. So you're going to go up, back, and down. Up, back, and down. Again, pushing upward. Right now, keeping the torso still. So I want you to be mindful that you're not hinging forward. Let's do 4 more, then we're going to add on. 1, 2, 3. On 4, we're taking it to that right hip. Kayaking once again. This time, I want your eyes to lead the head, and you're going to add that rotation of your upper body. Let's do 4 more. 1, 2, 3. Now on 4, reverse it, up and back. So I'm opening to my right, opening to the left. 4 more. 1, 2, 3, and complete 4. Excellent. Shifting lateral lunge. I'm just going to make sure that we have connection because we did have some issues with Wi-Fi, so we are connected. Take your short stick, heel toe out into a nice wide stance that you control. We're going to maintain an overhand hold on our short stick right at chest height. I'm going to demonstrate first. So I'm going to go into a lateral lunge, and I'm pushing and pulling apart the ground with my feet, and I'm pulling apart, I apologize, I'm pushing into the stick. I'm going to rotate my torso over that right thigh, then pull apart, elevating the arms, similar to what we did in our shoulder dislocate. And then as the arms come back to the chest height, I'm going to push into the stick. Shift, lateral lunge. We have that rotation with the upper body. So now you could go as far as you can comfortably. Start to pull apart on the stick, still gripping the ground with the feet. Start to push into the stick, and then we're going to glide over to the right. Pull apart. Again, never working into pain. So you may feel a difference between your left and right side. Pull apart. Focusing again on your breath. Push. Let's do just a couple more on each side. Now, pull apart. Excellent. Come forward, push. Start that glide over. These are great. I love these. Pull apart. As it comes over, crush. Let's do one more on each side. Maybe go a little bit deeper. Pull that body weight back. Pull apart on the stick. Begin to crush the stick. Glide over to the other side. Excellent. Pull apart. Come to chest height. Push. Come center. You can take the stick to the ground and then slowly heel toe out of it so you don't shock those hips. Before we transition to long sticks, I'm going to go on a diagonal here using the short stick. I'm just going to warm up our feet a bit. Taking right hand on top, left hand on the bottom. In the horse stance, you're outside. This is my right foot. I'm just going to elevate that heel. Doing a couple calf raises, really working into the fascia in the bottom of our feet. And you're going to feel that nice stretch. Spread out those toes. Let's do one more here. Transition to the left. So we're maintaining nice posture, shoulders above the hips. Take your time, so don't rush. If you could do this barefoot, that is definitely ideal. One more here. Excellent. Now, back to the right. Just want you to do a little circle outward. So you're going to go clockwise from the big toe outward to the pinky toe, and then reverse it going counterclockwise. So the tendency could be to use the knee and the hip, but I want you to focus as much as possible on the connection with the foot. And release over to the left, clockwise first. So you're going to go inward to the big toe and then outward to the pinky toe. Just a couple more here, then we're going to change direction. Now you're going counterclockwise. You're going to go outward to the pinky toe first. Again, trying your best to keep the hip line still and stable. And even though there's going to be a little movement of the knee, that's not the primary mover. It's coming from that foot-ankle complex. One more. And recover. Shake your legs out. Transition to your 2 long sticks. We're going to go into a quick knee down lunge just to focus on the hip line. I'm going to go on a diagonal here with the left leg forward, right knee down. If you need your pad, you could grab that now. We're going to take our sticks right in line with our hips, getting just a little bit of traction with that upper body. So you're gonna hold up as high as you can comfortably. And I want you to just kind of scan your body, see if you're jetting the chin forward or if you're kind of shrugging. You want to stay nice and upright. Left foot forward, right knee is down. Take a moment to engage and squeeze that right glute and then press your right hip forward. Hold here, just adding slight rotation of that upper body. We're going to open into that right thigh. And I'm driving down into the sticks, maybe about 20%. Through center, going inward. Being mindful of leaky hips, so our hips aren't swaying out to the side. They're staying right in line with the knee. Coming through center one more time. Again, this is just a narrow stretch with the upper body. You're continuing to engage that right glute, sending the hip forward. Transition through center. Focusing a little bit more on the hip flexor. Wiggle back your knees slightly. And I want you to elevate the knee off the ground. So if needed, you can take your sticks just a little bit forward from where you had them. We're going to take a breath. So inhale, take a moment, exhale, push energy back through that right heel. So that right thigh is lengthened. And then take a moment, lower the knee to the floor. Inhale, exhale, elevate your knee. Push back energy, grip the ground with the ball of that right foot. Energy back through that heel, proud chest. Take your knee back down. Another breath here. Inhale, exhale, lengthen that back leg. Now adding rotation a little bit deeper. You can start to slide your hands down on the sticks. Eyes lead the head, you're going to look back to your right. Then as we transition through center, you're going to keep that back right knee elevated. Again, watching your hip line, eyes leading the head. You're going to look back to your left. Coming through center, lower your knee to the floor. Take your left foot in closer, come to stand, shake it out. Quick hamstring stretch of that right leg we were just working. Going to take the right foot forward. The sticks are going to create these train tracks on your shoulders. You're going to stagger your stance. Here, I'll go on a side profile here. So my right leg is forward, left leg is back. Created these train tracks. We want to, again, watch the alignment with our hips. You can press down through the palms here. So the shoulders are down and back. We're going to slide back down with a flat spine and then lift the toes and then flatten. And when you lift the toes off the ground, you could leverage with the sticks and bend the left knee, sending the tailbone back behind you. Take a breath, so you're inhaling and then exhaling, draw back. Let's do two more. Flat right foot, inhale, exhale, pull back. One more, flat foot, and exhale, pull back. Hold here for a breath or two, and then we're going to slowly come to stand, flattening the foot, sliding the sticks in, and we transition left side. Knee down lunge. Left leg forward, right leg back. Sticks in line with the hips if possible. Oh. Right leg forward, left leg back. I'm sorry, I just got back from vacation and I have to get back into the swing of things. All right, so the right leg is forward, the left knee is down. Squeeze the left glute, send your left hip forward. So that's what happens with a week off. My brain is just a little delayed, I apologize. While we're here, now we're going to do that slight rotation into our left side. You're again putting a little bit of pressure into the sticks, maybe about 20%. Keeping that left glute engaged, watching the hips. So again, we're not shifting our hips from side to side. Breathing and inhaling and exhaling through center. Opening one more time gently to the left. Through center to our right. Now, as we come back to our center line, this is where we're gonna maybe slide that left knee back another inch or two. If needed, you could take the sticks forward an inch, and then you're gonna elevate the left knee off of the ground. So we're lengthening, and then instead of being up high here, come down, focus on that hip. Keep squeezing the left glute. Inhale, exhale, lower the knee. And 3 times, we're gonna elevate that knee, push the energy back, breathe into this, watch your alignment, lower the knee. Now, if this is uncomfortable, you could always just maintain a knee down lunge. We have one more. Lower your knee, take a breath, inhale, exhale, lengthen. Then from here, slide your palms down, open into that left side. You're gonna feel some stability work again with that front right leg. Chest stays upright, push down into the sticks, maintain your posture. Keep pulling apart the floor below you with your feet. And as we come through center, lower your knee, slide that right foot in, come to stand, shake it out. Now we're going to take our left leg forward, right leg back, in our staggered stance, creating the train tracks again with the sticks right on our shoulders. Take a moment to square off. Flat palms, take those shoulders down and back. Hinge forward again to where you're comfortable. So if you're working up here, that's fine, no worries. Take a moment, lift the toes of your front left foot, breathe into the stretch, then flatten the foot. We're gonna make it a little bit more dynamic. I just have to narrow my stance. You're gonna soften into that right knee, lift the toes, inhale, exhale. Inhale as you come forward with the flat left foot and draw back. So you may get a nice calf stretch through your back right foot as we're focusing on lengthening the left hamstring. Let's do 2 more here. Then we're gonna move forward into our strength portion of our class. Last one, hold for a breath or 2. Keep lengthening through your spine. Keep drawing that tailbone back. And then flatten the foot. Slide the sticks in. Take a moment, shake out those legs. So we're going to go into some Captain Morgans before we go down to the ground with our short stick for a 90-90 series. This is my left hand. I'm going to call it my right. So I'm going to take my right at 12 o'clock. Left arm out to the side. So if you find that you're really struggling to keep your arms lengthened, if needed, you can hold the hands down lower, bend the elbows, and create a little bit of stability there. If you're able to, try to maintain length through the arms. The hand placement is a little bit lower than shoulder height. Beginning with the left leg first, you're going to take the inside arch of your left foot to the bottom of the stick of your right. Draw the knee up. We're in hip flexion. Then you're going to open the hip. The knee is pushing back, keeping contact with the stick. So you're pressing into the stick with some effort, 20-30%, maybe even more, elevating that knee. Now we close the door and lower slowly. Let's do 2 more. Watch the alignment with that standing leg. So you're going to squeeze the glute of your right and focus on the left hip. Elevate, close the door. Just 1 more. Keeping that foot flex, staying connected. Hold here for a moment. We're going to hold 3 counts. Hold 1, 2, on 3, open. Let's hold for 3. Hold 1, 2, on 3, lower, we reverse, flex, pull, stay, push that knee back, hold 1, hold 2, hold 3, close the door, hold 3 counts, hold 1, Make sure you're not holding your breath though. 2, on 3, lower. Those are fantastic. Shake it out. Now we're going to transition to the other side. Your left arm is going to be around 12 o'clock. Now I know this is kind of in the way of my vision, so I might kind of get a little bit out of alignment because I just want to talk directly to the camera here. Right arm out to the side. You're going to take your right foot, flex it, inside arch. Draw up, open the door, focus on your posture, begin to lower, maintain contact. Flex, pull up. So you only kind of raise the knee to where you can comfortably. I don't want you to work into pain. Lower. Pull. Nice and controlled. Try to maintain that length through your arms. There's driving down into the floor to help with stability. Draw up. Close the door. Now on this next one, we have our 3 count hold at the top. Hold at the top. 1, 2, 3. Open the door. Hold for 3. Hold 1, 2, 3. Lower. Stay connected. Flex that foot. Draw up. Hold for 3. 1. Hold 2. Hold 3. Close the door. 3 counts. Hold 1. Hold 2. Hold 3. And slowly lower. Excellent. Shake those legs out. We're just going to go into a little bit of marching in place before we go down into our 90-90. So if you want to grab a quick sip of water, please do. I'm going to do my marching on a diagonal here. So you're going to take your sticks at like 11 and 1 o'clock. If you're able to, I want you to keep the arms long and then step in. So we're not hip hinging forward, tailbone underneath that hip line, arms lengthened. You're going to drive down into the sticks. As you step in, we're going to elevate left, march right. So I want you to feel that core strength and stability and strength of the mid-spine, and then we're working again through the hips and connecting to our feet. So lengthen, push into the floor, posture, eyes forward, start to march. Now I like doing these with a resistance band wrapped around the tops of the feet, bottom and top of the foot, just to add a little bit of feedback in some strength work, but marching in place without the band is still challenging if you're really staying focused and staying connected. Let's do 10 more. Up 1. Make sure you're not holding your breath. 2, 3, 4. We're halfway on 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and complete 10. Good. So long sticks, we're done with for the time being. Come down. Now, if you have that pad nearby, you may need this for your 90-90. Next week, we're going to progress our 90-90 into shin box. Beginning with our left leg forward. So the left foot is going to be flexed, the ankle is in line with the knee, and then the knee is in line with the hip. That back right leg, right knee in line with the hip, ankle in line with the knee. Now this could be quite challenging for some. This is where if you need a little assistance, you can take your pad or pillow or a towel and just sit on the edge of it with your seat there. And that could help lift the chest upright. Now, if you need another modification with our rotation work, with our short stick, you could simply use this stick to come through the rotational exercises without having the push-pull. Beginning first with the left leg forward, like I said, we're going to take our stick to chest height. And I want you to push into the stick. And then we're gonna rotate our torso, similar to how we started our class with that lateral lunge. And I'm rotating to where I can comfortably. Now, while I'm here, I'm still pushing down with the outside of my left thigh, shin, my foot, and I'm pressing downward with the inside of my right leg. Then crush the stick, so I'm pushing, come back to center. Pull apart, inhale, exhale, activate that posterior line with the back. Focus on your alignment. Remember, you could just do an active hold here or walk cross with a stick. Now push as you come back to center. Excellent. Adding on. Pull apart, rotate, breathe, option. Elevate the arms to where you can. Staying connected again. Crush the stick. Come down and chest height. Push, rotate a little bit further to your left. Pull apart. Arms elevate. Crush the stick. And release. So you're going to place your stick down. Take both of your hands to close the gap between the front heel and your back knee, and then just walk it out. So that could be quite intense. So remember, you could do just an active hold. You could even guide yourself with your hands on the ground if needed, or you could use your stick. Now, we're transitioning to the other side. The right leg is forward, the left leg is back. We're in our 90-90. Foot flexed, ankle in line with the knee, knee in line with the hip. Same thing with the back leg. And the foot flexed, so we're pushing down. If you need to, on this side, right, you can sit on the towel, the pillow. If you're really struggling with the knee popping up, that will help just a little bit. And we're gonna take our stick right at chest height. So we pull apart on the stick, gonna open, good. Now, push into the stick, slowly come back to center. Pull apart, proud chest, rotating control, still pressing down with those legs, push. Beautifully done. Ready? Pull apart. We'll add on here. Hold that rotation, hold that pull apart. Elevate the arms only to where you can comfortably. Stay connected with that lower half though. So if you're struggling, don't worry about elevating the arms, push into the stick. Now we're gonna rotate through center to where you can. Pull apart. Breathe, stay with it. Come forward, push into the stick. Come back to center, and then gently release. Take your palms, once you slide the heels in, and gently rock from side to side. Think of the knee going to about 12 o'clock. Okay. That was just a short 90-90 drill. Your hips should be awake. Now we're gonna come up for a standing drill with our short stick before we get into the stretching portion of class. So if you need to grab a sip of water, grab some water. Take a moment. Hips should be feeling pretty good. I'm gonna go on full profile here. This is my left leg. We did this in last week's class, and I said it when I was out in Vegas with Stick Mobility at the fitness convention. I'd forgotten about this awesome exercise that I used to utilize all the time, and recycling it back into the mix. So left leg forward, you're on the ball of your right foot. That right leg is lengthened. You're gonna pull apart the floor below you. Take your stick, and we're gonna activate and pull apart. Now, eyes leading the head, we're just going to do 2 on each side. You're going to rotate. as far as you can comfortably. Then push into the stick. Come back to center. Don't forget to breathe. Pull apart, eyes leave the head. So on your less dominant side, this could be quite challenging. Crush the stick, come back to center. Good. Whew. Shake it up. Simple, but effective. Right leg forward, left leg back. Hip hinge forward. I want you to think of kind of lifting up and off of the top of the right thigh. Pull apart on the stick, eyes leave the head. That rotation is only to where you're comfortable. Crush the stick, come back to center. Good. Pull apart, activate that back line. Eyes leading the head. Try to maintain length through the arms. Take a moment, crush, push into the stick, come back to center, come forward, and shake your legs out. Okay, stick, short stick down. We're going to use one long stick. Those, the staggered stance lunge there with the push-pull, I like to use them in sets of anywhere from 3 to 5, but such a good drill. Bow and arrow. You're going to take your stance a little bit wider than shoulder and hip width. The stick is going to be midline of your foot, maybe out about 3 inches. Bottom left hand, right in line with your hip. Top right hand, you're going to flip the thumb down so the palm faces forward. We press out first with the hips, then follow through with the upper body. Take your tailbone under, and then that top right arm, you're going to kind of leverage with that arm, drop that inside shoulder. If you want a little bit of front line, begin to angle and look upward towards the ceiling. Take your time with this stretch and breathe. Let's hold just a few more counts. Maybe you go a little bit deeper, and then slowly come out of it. I just got a nice release. Okay. Midline of the foot, bottom hand right in line with the hip. Taking that top left hand, palm facing forward, thumb down. Hips out first, following through with that upper body. You may experience a little bit of a difference between your right and left side. Remember, take that inside shoulder down. Now, essentially, gripping the ground with the feet, tailbone under, start to open and look upward towards the ceiling. Hold here, take your time, breathe, and then slowly come out of your stretch. Shake out your shoulders. We're going to take our stick now to our lower back. Our stance, we're going to go wide just like we did in our warm-up with that shifting lateral lunge with the push-pull. And soften your knees, hip hinge forward. We're going to take the stick across to where you can comfortably. So left side coming across to the right. From here, you're going to bend into that left knee. I'm going to take my left shoulder or towards my left thigh, and then angle, look upward towards the ceiling. You're going to get a little bit of a stretch here through the torso, or excuse me, through the chest, through the front line. And then shift. You could slide that stick over if you'd like, and then go back into the stretch. Again, gripping the ground with the feet. Hold here for a breath or two. You could do some neck articulations while you're here, and then soften into both knees. Come through center. This right side coming over to the left. Now you're going to bend deeply into the right knee. Good. If you need to work up higher around here, you can. So don't force it. Stay here. Then shift to your left. Take a breath. Inhale, exhale, we're shifting back. A little bit of articulation. Hips should be happy. Come through center, soften into both knees. Come upright, heel toe together. Shake head back. Now, Guitar Hero, we did this last week. I love this stretch. We're going to begin with our right leg out to the side. So, take your right leg out, foot in line with the knee, and we're going to windshield wiper this back left knee, or shin, I should say. So, instead of being squared here, windshield wiper inward. You may already start to feel the stretch. You're going to squeeze that back left glute. Your stick is going to come across the front of the body with the right palm facing up. The left hand, we're going to drive across the body downward with the left, sending the left hip forward. So you may need to kind of find the alignment with your stick. Your setup may take a moment. And what I want you to be mindful of is shifting your upper body. Try to stay nice and upright. So create that bow, pulling up with the right hand, pressing down with the left. This is a nice isometric hold. Keep squeezing that left glute, sending the left hip forward and staying with your breathing. Inhaling and exhaling nice and evenly. Make sure your neck is relaxed so we're not creating any unnecessary tension in our upper body. And then ease off. Take a moment. Move your hips around. Inhale, exhale. Go back into the Guitar Hero. Upright that chest. More engagement in that left glute. Sending the hip forward. Hold 4 counts. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4, and release. Changing sides. So, left out. That right glute is going to fire. You're going to windshield wiper inward that right shin. I like to anchor with the ball of my foot. Left palm is going to face up. Now this right hand, you may need to spin your stick. This one I've had for many years, so it's kind of starting to bend and bow here a little bit. So stay upright, grip, send that hip forward, hold. Watch the alignment with your upper body. Stay with it, 4 counts. Hold 1, 2, 3. On 4, ease off. Take a moment, shift the hips. Realign. Squeeze the glute first. Upright the torso. Inhale, exhale, drive down. Staying upward with that upper body. Breathing. Keeping that left foot turned out. Hold here 4 more counts. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4, and release. Square off, come to stand, shake it out. That one is sneaky. That one actually made me sweat. Okay, we're gonna come down for kneeling monkey hang. So if you need, I should have mentioned it before for the Guitar Hero, if you need your towel or pad for your knee. Now, we're going to start with the right leg crossing over the left. Your stick is going to be right in line with your left hip. Cross the right leg over. You're going to lower your left knee down to the floor. So you can see we're turned out here. The right hand is going to come across the body, mid-chest, to grab the stick. From here, you're going to pull with that right arm and wrap. So think of wrapping around left to right. Allow your left hip to drop out to the side. Literally just kind of hang here and breathe into the stretch. Going into those lateral lines. They were really supporting us with our push-pull exercises. Take a moment, come out of it, take a breath, Inhale, exhale, back into that kneeling monkey hang. Hold here. Focus on your breathing. Just relax into it. And then gently come to stand square off, changing sides. So stick now is to our right. Take the left leg, cross over, lower that inside right knee to the floor, squaring off. Left hand's going to come across, leverage and pull, wrap the waist. Let that right hip fall out to the side. Relax tension in that inside shoulder. Breathe. Slowly come out of it. One more. Inhale, exhale, take it across. Hang out here for a moment. So you only go to where you can comfortably. Everybody is different. And then we're going to slowly come out of this stretch. Good. Now, last exercise that we're going to do today is the QL stretch. I love this stretch. And we've been working on our hips, and in your shin box and 90-90, if your QL is a little jacked up or restricted or tight, you could find that it inhibits your movement a bit. So we're going to lengthen the right leg, and left is going to be bent with the left foot to the inside of the right thigh. Using our single long stick, you're going to simply place the stick in front, or bottom of the stick in front of the arch of the foot. Take the stick to your back, and then I personally like to bend this left elbow, have an underhand hold, almost like corkscrew the knuckles upward, or fingertips I should say, upward towards the ceiling, and that's going to help to open the chest. I'm going to lean. You could also kind of leverage and hold down low with your right hand, and then again watch the tension here, keep that relaxed. You could also take your right hand across to the left thigh if the knee is really popping up. You could sit on that pillow too if needed, and then leaning back and then towards the right side. Focusing on your breath. Just chill here for a moment. You could go deeper into it. Another thing, if you're practicing this on your own, you could kind of floss in and out of the stretch, which is fantastic. Hold here, 4 more counts, then we'll transition to the other side. Hold 1, 2, 3. On 4, we come out of it, release. Roll out that shoulder. So it does work that front line, which is much needed these days since a lot of people are hunched over. Taking this stick to front of the arch of the left foot. So we have that right leg is bent. So again, I like to personally kind of corkscrew here. That helps me to keep my shoulder down and back. And it's a great stretch on this less dominant side. Now, if needed, left hand is going to come across, gently press down, or you could start that lean into the left side here. Angle, you could look upward towards the ceiling or eyes forward. Remember the option, you could kind of come in and out of it, a little bit of flossing. Hold here. Let's hold for 4 more counts. Hold 1, hold 2, 3, and 4. That was it. Thank you so much for joining me today. You'll find me on Instagram, Kelly Manzone, at KelsBells88. I'm always open to feedback, so please feel free to reach out to me directly or to Stick Mobility. All the classes are uploaded to the YouTube channel, and the episodes of the Movement Made Better podcast are on Apple, I think on any of the podcasts, and also uploaded onto YouTube. I'll be back next Tuesday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a good day.